Hey guys, welcome to Coma Pirate Radio, where we as esoteric pirates slide our boats together, throw the ropes, tie the knots, and talk about the maps. So today I'm going to do things a little bit differently because that's what pirates do. If one thing doesn't work, we try something different. And if that doesn't work, we try it differently. And if that doesn't work, we'll try it another way. As esoteric pirates, we dive into metaphors. If you're into the esoteric sciences, astrology, numerology, alchemy, the occult, all of these things, and you're also possibly a little bit on the rebellious side. You don't like doing it like everybody else. Say you do magic, but you don't want to do magic like everybody else. You don't want to follow a recipe. You don't want to follow a book. You want to do it your own way. That is an esoteric pirate. I identify with that myself, and I am also looking for community. Now, I have developed and birthed and cultivated the Center of Mystic Arts. About 8 years ago, I moved to Costa Rica with a baby, not knowing at all what I was going to do, other than I was fleeing the United States. And when I got here, I have to say I did fall in love to begin with, but it did take a little while. I went to Jaco first, which is kind of a small city. It's where a lot of party colleges go to, get their party on. I was there for 5 months, and it wasn't until I moved deeper into the jungle, into San Juanillo, an hour and a half away from any paved roads. That's when I fell in love. That morning, because I got there in the middle of the night, I had no idea where I was. I was just dropped off with a baby in the middle of the jungle. Honest to God. I had a baby a year and a half old, and I was dropped off in the middle of the jungle after driving for hours through rivers, over bridges with holes in it. He dropped me off, and he's like, okay, here's all your stuff. He unpacked me, and he left. He was a dear friend of mine that had forgotten his medicine for his eye, so he had to immediately turn around and leave. It's a whole story. And when I woke up to the jungle around me, I knew I had found home. Now, close to 9 years later, I have developed a deck of cards through all the magic that I've done with all the traveling mystics and artists that I have shared Center of Mystic Arts with. I have shared my space. I have practiced lots of magic by lots of different people, mixing them together, doing mine, doing theirs. We share leadership. We share ideas and theories. And through Gnosis, I developed these cards. It's not even like I wanted to. It was like they told me to. Yes, the aliens. Yes, that's who I'm talking about. They said, bring this to the people. And I did. And it comes in a box. Mars right there on the top. And it has they have a little pamphlet. I also have a lot of content. I have been doing 2 weeks. I've been doing daily astrology readings to kind of showcase how you do that with these cards. And I've also done cosmic dialogue with them. I have a Patreon account that you can check out, that you can go in deeper. I have an apprenticeship program. I take students here at Center of Mystic Arts. I do tattoo retreats here at Center of Mystic Arts. I am also looking for a business partner or business partners so that we can collaborate, we can come together, we can create more energy, and Center of Mystic Arts can grow. Now, are we going to get started here or what? Please, if you're new to this channel, like and subscribe. It really helps support me, in turn supporting the macrocosm, as above, so below, in turn supporting mystics. Coma is for mystics. It has birthed the Mystics for Mystics movement, where energy is currency, and we will come together. We will unify. Or we won't. One of the other. All right. So I'm going to use my box here to roll the dice. And I've got my astrology dice to figure out, and I've got my little stone that goes with it to figure out who wants to talk. Because, all right, these cards are divided and they all have a separate border. They're divided in planets, constellations. That was still a planet. Constellations, houses, and the AC/DC. Yeah, those. And the aspects. All right. The sextile. So, you can not only read what's going on in the sky today in a fun way, and these aren't exclusive. Nothing is exclusive in this world. Use all of the amazing astrological information, the scientific stuff too. Use this paradigm to bring a face to it, to them, to the heavenly bodies, to personify it, to bring them into an archetype, and to have fun, to play a game. All right? The game of life. To look at the cosmic drama. So if you like that idea, again, like and subscribe and make a comment below. All right. Who are we going to talk to today? You can, like I said, look at your birth chart and really get to know yourself through these cards. I have been using them, and if nobody, I have sold cards. They're selling on the website, centermysticarts.com. But even if I don't sell another deck, these cards have been so helpful for me in my life. Know thyself, and you will know the macrocosm. Okay? So, all right, we have, oh my goodness, we have a Sagittarius Venus in the 12th house. All right, so we find Venus. Boom, we pull her out. And let me know if your Venus is in Sagittarius and in the 12th house, because this reading is for you. If not, this is just a reading to find out what a Sagittarius Venus wants to say to you. Now, this is a fire sign. Venus right now is in Aries. I remember that because of these cards, because I have painted the picture, because I know that she's in red. She's on fire right now and going backwards in retrograde. So, this reading is, by chance, kind of giving her a Sagittarius focus. And once I find the Sagittarius card, there it is. Okay? The Sagittarius focus. Maybe she needs a little bit of focus as she's kind of going backwards. Especially in the 12th house. Oh my God, what is the 12th house? we've got, no, I got to find the 12th house. And all of these have a different border so you can find them easier, but you don't want to shuffle them because you will never. They're just hard to find when you're trying to find them. So, the 12th house at the solar party paradigm is the dark room. There's a lot of reasons why this becomes the dark room. But first, let's read Venus, the beauty queen, the prettiest avatar at the party. You play this avatar with her looks and her charm. All right? She is seducing everyone with her eyes. Now I still say her because this is the divine feminine. She is attractive, lovely, sensual, the morning and the evening star, merciful, fertile, benevolent, and seductive. You can also see up top, you have Libra and Taurus up there. Feel that energy. All right, you start with this card, and then you bring this card into it. All right, this is a masculine energy. All right, now we have an androgynous character. Aries is also masculine. The fire is masculine. It consumes and it burns forth, right? It's the passion. You can see Jupiter up here. All right. So now we paint this beauty queen with orange skin, carrying a bow and arrow, like arrows. She looks like Robin Hood. Always looking for the next target, like really visualize her as an archer. Yeah, a little bit on the masculine side. Who knows what her pronouns is, like his, her, they, them, their pronouns. I'll try to say they. It's hard, pronouns, because I'm from the 80s. But anyway, they hold the quest for meaning, which they can find if they keep their eye on the bullseye. Now that's interesting because we have Taurus up here. Taurus is the bullseye, the steady. That's interesting with her in retrograde right now in Aries, which is also a fire sign, but really headstrong. So for instance, if you're reading these cards and this is your birth placement of Venus, you can feel her talking them, excuse me, the pronouns. You can feel, don't take it personal. You can feel them speaking with this Venus, Aries in retrograde at the moment. Can you feel that? Focus. Where's the target? It's getting smaller. Oh my God. And where is she? She's in the 12th house, the dark room. At the solar party paradigm, this is after the mosh pit. You stumble away dizzy. I mean, that's exactly what she's doing. And disoriented in retrograde. This is where you slide down the wall into oblivion. Now that was a good game. Oblivion. Remember that one? She can work now. They can work now in the subconscious. Because they don't disappear in the dark room. They go beyond the veil. So in retrograde, you can feel this Venus going behind the veil, backing up, behind stage. She falls asleep or passes out. And now she's in the other realm, working behind the scenes. Okay? So now I'm going to pull some cards. And which cards are we going to pull? We're going to pull from this deck. I always use the playing bicycle deck, but I do have the sacred masculine, unicorns, the sacred feminine, the dragons, and for the androgynous ones, I have the hidden deck. I don't even know if you can see it. But anyway, it's not about, I know a lot of you tarot readers. I love all of the tarot cards. I do. I mean, I'm not a collector, but I get it. The reason why I like these is because they don't have any influence from somebody else. And we mentioned pirates before. Okay, pirates. I don't want anybody else's influence. I don't want to read somebody else's book. I don't want to read somebody else's words. I'm not downing it at all. I think they're amazing, all of those decks. And maybe one day I might collect some. I do have a few. I have the Tattoo Tarot. I got a few. But anyway, as an esoteric pirate, I like to do it my own way. I like to read the numbers, and I like to read the suit. That's it. So, let's go back to our avatar that's trying to speak to us right now. This Archer, Venus, this beauty queen. Oops. Oh, wait. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. We got to cut the deck now. They are doing some crazy, crazy things. Getting back to these. It's the energy. It's the energy that you put into these that makes them divination. It doesn't have to do with the pictures. I mean, it can. It can. As an artist, I'm an artist. I love pictures. I'm eventually going to paint the mural behind me. But, time. Keeping your focus on the bullseye, steady as she goes. I ain't gonna lie, I've been really disheartened about my YouTube channel. Even though on the statistics, it's all green, it's all a go, but like only a couple of views. I'd like to get a couple of thousand, maybe. We're getting there. We're getting there. Steady as she goes. Keep your eye on the bullseye. Breathe. You've got a golden bow, baby. You have a golden bow. But she's going backwards and she's dizzy and she's disoriented and she doesn't know if she looks good or not, but she's on fire. But she doesn't see it. She hasn't looked in the mirror yet. Well, stop channeling and pull some cards, why don't you? Okay? All right. We're going to... What do you want to say? Oh. She's looking at that King of Swords. He, because it's androgynous, he blows the flame. He blows the spark to make it burst into flame. Maybe she's looking for her savior. Now, right now, Venus is in sextile with Jupiter. 2 very masculine Jupiters in Gemini. How do I remember this? through the solar party paradigm, through working with these cards daily, I can visualize it and memorize it. She, he, them, they, this beauty queen. It doesn't matter what you have in your pants. You could have his parts or her parts. They're both beautiful and miraculous, and it doesn't matter what's in your pants. What you identify as. I mean, yeah, that does matter, yes. I find it's better to fluctuate, but that's just for magnetic, electrical currency. You know, it's the sound waves, light frequency, and vibration is all that matters. It's all that exists. So we're talking about a Sagittarius, Venus, keeping her focus with that sword. Now, a sword has two edges. It's a double-edged sword. And you have to sharpen it every night. Keep it clean. There's maintenance with that sword that you have to do, or you're going to have a dull sword. A sword is a tool. And if it's not maintained properly, it's useless. It's a butter knife. Maintain the sword. Oh, the arrow. The sword turns into the arrow. The only thing, I mean, we're talking about a weapon. We're talking about something that can push into to protect, right? That is a masculine energy. I thrust my sword into you. I mean, sword fighting. Come on. Even the chicken thinks that's funny. Or an arrow is also very masculine. See that pointing out your pants. But you said it didn't matter what's in your pants. It doesn't. I don't have a physical one, but I will tell you I do have an esoteric one. Behind the veil, in the dream time, in the 12th house, it doesn't matter what you have. Oh my God, the amount of dreams that I've had as a masculine, as a dude. I couldn't tell you. I mean, more than 50% of my dreams, I am masculine. Or I don't have a body at all, which is interesting. Dream time. She's working in the dream time. Pay attention to your dreams right now. All right? Do you want to pull another? You know, I want to pull a sacred masculine. I'm being called to pull from the unicorn deck. And my daughter got mad at me that she said unicorns are not masculine. And I couldn't explain to her the one horn on the forehead joke, the jumping into the garden to look for the maidens. You know, I mean, that was lost to her. And that's okay. She's only 9. And the chickens are here. All right. So the masculine sign of Venus is what we're looking at, because not only is she in a masculine at the moment in the sky right now, but also in this reading as a Sagittarius archer. So I really want to know what the masculine side of Venus, since she pointed to him, you know, this divine feminine points to the King of Swords. Okay. You guys, I wish I could turn this camera around and show you these little baby chicks. They're like little bitty baby chicks. They're like chicken nuggets. You guys look like chicken nuggets. That's why you don't see a studio behind me. I live minimally in a typical Tico house. It's a cement box with no windows and just bars on the wall. The windows are just bars. In Costa Rica with my horses and my daughter and the chickens and a dog that just followed us home. Talk about a masculine Venus as a mother to just run away with her baby in search of peace and quiet. There was so much stress and I am such an empathic, sensitive human being. I'm not even really a human being, but I am in this body. So I am an alien in this body. And I feel it all. And I had to get as far away from other human beings as possible to raise my child. I couldn't do it. It was just too much stress. I would have destroyed her. I would have killed her. Not really. So, what does this masculine Venus have to say? Okay. I do like these cards because they are pretty. This card, this deck was given to me by my best friend. And this card was the first card that I pulled out of it. This card also means a lot because it's a cave painting, which I knew to follow the pictographs. Like from the very, very beginning when I was a young kid, the first thing I knew is follow this, follow this, follow the cave paintings, follow the ancient ways. And I always held on to that. 2 of Wands. The balance. The wands is the fire. But a wand is also, because the way that I read is a lot of different things. But the wand, I think of the Harry Potter wand. It is also a weapon when you point it at the other. Be careful that this too is not dualistic. And it brings me back to the Gemini Jupiter that she is in sextile with at the moment. The two can easily become dualistic. And there's a lot to say about dualism right now. There's a lot to say about segregation. And in this existence, one thing that, I've always been told, I've always channeled, is that I am here to experience dualism. Because behind the veil, in the 12th house, there is no dualism. We are all one. It is light, frequency, and vibration, right? Metaphorically. Scientifically too, but it depends on who you talk to. Now, so if we're here to experience the passion of the two, that's love, baby. That's love. I know everybody wants to know about their love life. That's all anybody wants to talk about. The X's and the O's, they haunt me. They do. Believe me, I'm Libra, stellium. I am constantly wondering where my other half is. That's a whole nother story. I don't want to get into that. I am fine. I'm just fine because I know that my other half is the cosmos, my higher, my antakarana, my higher self is my other half. Talk about twin flames. Don't even get me started on twin flames. You know, the Two of Wands. She is focused on Jupiter. She's in sextile with Jupiter. But maybe she should keep her eye more on a bullseye. Something a little bit more steady. And I mean, the boss, granted, the boss in Gemini, he's got a lot to say. I'm going to try and keep these, shorter than my daily readings. But anyway, there's a lot. There's a lot of fire. She's on fire in retrograde. Stay focused. Stay steady. Holding hands. You know that image of you hold hands and you spin in a circle? Don't let go right now. Don't let go. The king with a sword has got you. He's got you covered. Everything will be just fine. So thank you so much for watching and supporting. Please like and subscribe and check out the Patreon. You know, I've had this Patreon account for years. I've got some old stuff on there that you can go back and laugh at. No, I've even got a Venus guided meditation of Venus in retrograde. Oh my God. Oh, she's telling me I got to go listen to my own guided meditation. So there's a lot of content. I've got a Discord account. Okay. We can play games on Discord. I've got the TikTok. I've got the Facebook and the Instagram. I'm going live. I really want to work into having a real honest to God radio station. And I'm looking for partners. Partners that don't just want to talk about having a community, but actually have the vision and the Taurus nature of actually sticking to the herd. Actually sticking. There is an application. we're not just taking anybody on. But if you really like what I got to say, you possibly could move to Costa Rica. You want to work on the same kind of business, mystic arts, just shoot me a DM. Write it in the comments below. Whether you're traveling physically or mentally, may it be in love and light. And don't forget the shadows. Without the shadows, we couldn't possibly absorb all of the light. Don't forget your magic bag, full of everything you need. And some of the things that the pirate needs is lube to get through the tight spots, wax when you need to hold on tight, the rope when you need to tie yourself to something, the knife to cut it loose when you have tied the knot too tight, and something goes awry. You need a compass to know where you're going, and you need the map, which is the stars. The Mystic Arts Podcast, which is also on Spotify. So, Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a beautiful day. Ciao.